Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 19 in the book of James. That is season 7 of Be With Me. And yesterday we learned that God is in the drawing near business. He wants us to draw near to him, and he will draw near to us. He wants us to be found. He wants us to find him. We used the analogy of the hide and seek game with a kid. The point of the game is not to hide. The point of the game is the joy in the search and specifically the joy of finding. We're in this larger passage of what posture we are supposed to have before God and what posture we're supposed to have before mankind. It turns out to be easy, summarized in a word, which is a humility. And today I'm going to title this, that should a mist be making plans? So we're going to be described here at the end of our passage as a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes, at least from this earth. And so what posture should that mist have with regards to time? Should we be arrogant about time? Of course not. And then the other big issue is, should we be arrogant with regards to our judgment of other people? And the answer is, of course not. So listen with me. This is from James chapter 4. It's the last part of James chapter 4. Yesterday, I'll finish with yesterday's verse, which is 10. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will exalt you. Verse 11 from James chapter 4. Do not speak evil against one another, brothers. The one who speaks against a brother or judges a brother speaks evil against the law and judges the law. But if you judge the law, you are not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is only one lawgiver and judge, he who is able to save and to destroy. But who are you to judge your neighbor? So let me just pause there. That's a little section where he's talking about judgment of our fellow person. And in the context of the passage, it's kind of a nasty context, because we have a tendency to fight and scrap and incorrectly judge our neighbor. And so he's talking about what posture we should have with regards to how we view our neighbor. And it turns out to be a humility of vision. You remember the passage from Matthew chapter 7, judge not lest you be judged. For with the same judgment you pronounced, you will be judged, and with the measure you use it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your eye? I think it's saying a very similar thing, which is, hey, let's notice the log in ourselves and be careful not to reject those whom God has approved. That is to misjudge them, and a big theme in James is showing partiality or discrimination, not a good discrimination between two things, but a negative discrimination. And they seem to have a tendency to judge with regards to the haves and the have-nots, or maybe race, or maybe zip code. One thing he cannot be saying is that within the church, there is a job to do, which is to help each other and watch out for each other, and in that sense, judge each other. Judgment in the church is to strengthen each other with another set of eyes. 1 Corinthians 5:2 talks about that. Is it not those who are inside the church whom you are to judge? That is, he wants a consistent, ongoing representation of what a Christian is. And if people in the church are not showing that consistency, we're supposed to point it out to them. Here's in Galatians 6:1. If anyone is caught in a transgression, you who are spiritual should restore him. So we're not, going around with a big baseball bat trying to bash the people in the church. The point is, walk with an open eye with the idea of restoring them in a spirit of gentleness. So what he is saying, I think, is that be careful, you James people, about speaking evil and putting the other down and elevating yourself and judging with arrogance and boasting and this judgment of down-putting the other and showing partiality in a negative way, showing jealousy, showing selfish ambition, fighting and quarrel and passions that within you, we can do that to our other people. And in doing so, we're judging the law. What law is he talking about? The royal law, which is to love your neighbor as yourself. So be careful how we view other people. Have a humility in judgment. All right, here's the other part for today. Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we shall go to such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this and that. As it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. So this is a humility of time. It's what posture should we have towards time? That is, you should have a posture towards time that you are a mist and you may vanish from here at any moment. And so the question he asks is, should a mist be making plans and doing business? The answer is yes, but do it very humbly. And if the answer is yes, do it very humbly. It's not to say that there's not duties of being a human being and duties towards our fellow human beings. The point is, you're not going to live forever here. We are going to all live forever. But the idea of when you leave here to go there, that is not at your pay grade. So as far as here goes, how should I think of myself? We should be thinking of ourselves. Think about this, we should be thinking of ourselves as mists that appear for a while and then vanish. So what view should we have with regards to time and planning and business practices? Just remember, just keep in mind that we're mists as far as here is concerned. We're eternal creatures. There's nobody there's nobody you're going to see today that's not an eternal creature. But as far as here goes, the here and now, we are mists. Let's keep that in mind today. So should a mist be making plans? Probably yes, but we do it with humility of time. Thanks for listening, all you mists. I will see you tomorrow if the Lord wills, as it says in verse 15.